have ridden my classic 350 for 8 years, and sitting on this bike it feels tiny. It doesn't feel at all as a Royal Enfield. The acceleration is good, the vibration is there, just like any single cylinder engine. It feels like I'm sitting on a small bike, not on a 350cc bike. Acceleration, you have to get to some rev, then only you get the acceleration. Yeah, I think it's beyond 3000, though there is no rev counter, RPM gauge, but from my experience I can tell you it's around 3500 plus that you get this power. I can make it out. The handling is a little bit on a harder side because of the fat tires it's having. It's having a 140 section rear tire. That is uncommon for Royal Enfield. It would be doing good with a 120 section tire. Even the front is quite wide. The height is very comfortable for city riding. The steering handle is low. It's after riding Honda Hness and Interceptor, the handlebar feels quite low. I'll do some hard acceleration, but I should get free road ahead. Not before. That's a Suzuki 150. It has a very good acceleration, and exhaust audio is good. It's exactly the thing that I told you, that the acceleration is good, but not maybe as good as some 150cc motorcycles like Suzuki or Yamaha. This acceleration comes beyond 3000 RPM. And I find this foot peg position is not so comfortable. Here I get some free road and I will try to get to some acceleration. I'll downshift and then pick it up. 80. It's catching 100. It's not yet 100, but it seems to be at its limit of comfort zone. That is natural. You can't expect it to be very smooth at 110. From 80 to 100 it takes some time. This one is not giving me that much confidence, not because this bike is new to me, but its shock absorber setup and handling, foot peg position and steering position, all this combined, it doesn't give you that much confidence to run beyond 80 or 90. You won't be comfortable. At least I am not. Turning radius is low. At accelerate beyond 60, the engine feels stressed. Just like a 100cc engine, 350cc other engines. I'll to whack it up to some good top speed. This is full throttle. I am using the full throttle and it's shaking violently. The front is shaking, and at 108 or 9 the front was shaking. Even now it's shaking. I don't know what is this. If it is the character of this bike, then I am sorry. But if this bike particularly has some problem because of it being a test bike, then it's a different matter. But I think it should not be ridden beyond 100 and 100. 100 is the max for this one, and even at 100 you have to be very careful because it doesn't feel comfortable at 100. Neither the bike, I'm talking about the bike, neither the bike nor you. If the bike doesn't feel comfortable, you won't feel comfortable. As I am riding now, the vibration is the minimum at 60. The handling is best at 60, and you can go up to 75 with no problem. But you should not ride it beyond 90 kmph. That may give it some nervous handling. And the shock absorber setting is harder. It's not like the old, not even like the old classic. I have ridden the old classic for 8 years, that I have already told you, and it used to feel very good. I have not ridden the new classic. Yeah, at 100 it feels braking is so-so, nothing extraordinary. There is nothing to speak extraordinary about the braking. And physically it looks smaller. It looks a small bike compared to other Royal Enfield motorcycles. And the front look is good. The tire is thicker one. I think it's what is the dimension? 110. A 110 front is actually not needed. What I feel much attention was given to its aesthetics, its looks. Look at the rear. It's having a 140 section rear tire. The exhaust note is a good one. The exhaust note is a meaty BT type. That's it. It's a meaty BT type. And when you throttle it up, engineers at Royal Enfield, they are concentrating on meaty BT audio of exhaust these days, and that gives it a nice audio. And people these days, they prefer this kind of beats, and it's good. The shock absorber is on harder side. I'll press it from the rear. Yes, can make it out by pressing from the rear. It's on harder side. The weight I heard, it's 180 kgs, so it's okay, not bad. Refinement could be better. And sitting on this Royal Enfield Hunter feels like you are sitting on a small bike. Your feet can be on the ground very easily, and the weight doesn't feel anything odd to be handled, and the steering is smaller compared to some other motorcycles, even I think compared to Classic 350. And the sitting position is forward bent, and the foot peg position is a little bit odd. That is, you have to fold your legs in a Z shape, like your body is straight, and then the thigh portion goes like forward, and so it's not like you are sitting comfortably with your feet forward. So it may be difficult to continue in the long run, like if you run over 50-60 kilometers continuously, you may not feel comfortable. And for city riding, it's fine. Every 10-15 kilometers you take break. There is no issue. So let me move again. Yes, what I have been telling you, the good speed is 80 for this bike. Yes, 75-80 is the best speed for this bike. You should not go beyond that. It will accelerate nice. It will give you smooth riding. Probably it will give you a best mileage also around that speed. Gear Shifting is very comfortable. There is no complaint about that. And shock absorbers are on the harder side. That is also not a matter to complain, because shock absorbers are set up in a manner that it caters to all weight group of the people, like starting from 55 to 95. So naturally it will feel kind of harder for me, but for an 85 kg person it will be fairly good or soft, even soft. And vibration of the engine, sitting position, gear changing mechanism, that is easy or harsh. Some excellent points of view, this bike is good, but if you go into deeper details, like how does it fare beyond 80 kmph, then my comments will be applicable, like it's harsh beyond 80 kmph. And if you ask whether it is good for city riding, I will say yes, it is very good for city riding. But if you ask me whether I can take long tours on this bike, then I will say that this foot peg position may come into the way. Then if you say that I want to do long highway rides and at 100 kmph, then I will say it's going to be some issue, because at 100 kmph it's not very smooth. The best speed for this bike is between 60 and 85. You can push it to 90, but beyond that it's not comfortable. So these are the issues, these are the parameters. If somebody is buying this bike for purely local rides, city rides, 50-60 kilometers rides at a stretch and come back, take a break, just like that, it's fine for them. But if somebody wants to ride like me, like non-stop 2 hours at a stretch at high speed, so it's going to be difficult for them. Otherwise it's all good. One can very easily opt for this motorcycle.